All right, this is the most common question that I get, whether it's from clients or TikTok commenters. It's everyone. What do I need to retire? What do I need to achieve my financial ambition? What is a number that I can look at and say, when I get there, I will be capable of doing the thing that I want to do? This is your financial freedom number. Retirement is traditional. Some would argue it's kind of outdated, but at the end of the day, that is just one example of achieving financial freedom. You also achieve it when work is optional. You also achieve it when you can pay for something that you've been shooting for. What I've done here is I've put in the more traditional expenses, right? Your rent or your mortgage, your insurance, paying for groceries, because the framework of this is designed around retirement because we expect that to be the most common solution people are looking for. But that does not mean you need to abide by that. If you would rather, you can delete out all of these in the green and you can just enter in something that is other. Let's call this college tuition, right? And so if you're going to be paying, let's say, $60,000 a year for tuition, and then maybe some travel and maybe some groceries on behalf of your child or yourself. Sorry, I typed this in wrong. It's not 60,000 in the monthly category. It would be 5,000 in here, and this would be 60,000 in total. So once you've done that, you know what income you are going to need to generate in order to cover these expenses. And then if you have other income that you can use to offset these expenses, for example, let's say the grandparents are helping out with college. Well, then you can add that in. You can change this name to grandparents helping, right? And maybe they're going to do $1,000 a month that's going to offset this. And of course, you're not going to get Social Security for a goal of this sort. Well, that's totally fine because what we're going to calculate down here is the total expenses you need to pay per year minus any sort of income. This is what we'll be using to calculate your financial freedom number. But there are a couple of assumptions that we need to make first. First, the age at retirement is the age that something will happen. In this case, retirement, but maybe in your case, it's the age you start paying for school, right? So if we're doing retirement, let's say you want to retire at 65, but if you're going to start paying for school, let's say you're going to start paying for school at 45, and your age now is 35, and your age at death is also the age where the goal stops. So in this case, you would be 49, right? Because you're just paying for school for 4 years, you're not paying for the entire period. And so what we do based on that is we calculate how much do you need if you do growth and withdrawal. So this means that the money stays invested, but you're withdrawing enough per year to pay for the expenses. You can also do pure withdrawal. What if I just want to save it up, move it all to cash, not worry about investment returns, and still know that I have enough money? Or you can do the perpetuity method. Now, the perpetuity method is essentially asking if you never wanted to touch your savings and you just wanted to pay for the expenses out of the income produced by your portfolio, this is how much you would need. So in this case, this is why the perpetuity method is so much higher than growth and withdrawal or pure withdrawal. It's because you would actually need to generate $62,000 per year off of this, adjusting for inflation. So if you had a 5% investment return and a 3.3% inflation rate on this, that means that you technically need to be living off of 1.7% returns, right? The investment return minus the inflation rate. You can always change these if you would like, if you think you can get 8% or something like that, or if you think inflation is going to be way higher for college tuition than it would be for normal things. You can make these adjustments as you please. So now that you've actually calculated your financial freedom number, and we have it right here, we can go back up to the ambition and you can plug in your financial freedom number into your key results. What we've done now is we've constituted your financial planning project. We know what we want to achieve, we know why we want to achieve it, and we know what it's going to take to get there. So with that, I'll see you in the next lesson.